How's it going, everybody? So in today's video I'm going to be showing you and explaining how I produce and make my street photography vlogs. But before I even hit that record button, my first rule of thumb is to always be authentic and genuine. Be who you are. And you may be asking yourself, well, I'm boring, I don't sound good, I don't look good, and nobody's ever gonna watch me. That's not true, because everybody's unique and everybody has their own voice. And if you try to be somebody else or someone or something that you're not, then it's gonna easily show on camera. So my first advice before you even think about producing a street photography vlog is to just be true to yourself. So some of the reasons why I do produce YouTube videos or street photography vlogs is because I want to share my work and kind of highlight Hawaii as a pretty cool street photography destination. It helps me understand my own process and workflow, just scrubbing through the POV video and seeing what shots got my attention at that time and what shots that I missed. I notice a lot of times that I miss a lot of shots when I'm just looking back at my footage. But my main objective always with street photography is just to get the best possible pictures. So if I don't feel like I have enough decent to good images, or at least images that I'm happy with to share, then I won't produce the video, or it may take me a lot longer than normal. So my main objective is always to have decent amount of quality of images to share with you guys. So if you guys are ready to take that leap of faith in producing your own POV street photography vlogs, here are my tips. Let's begin. So my first tip or advice is to research, plan, and write out everything. When I first started doing vlogs, 2016 or so, I would just wing it and not put a lot of thought into it, and I was fine with it at that time. Starting in 2020, before the pandemic hit, I wanted to have a certain format, a certain look and feel to my vlogs, and I definitely put a lot more time into it. Even for this video right here, I wrote a whole like bullet point Word doc for it. You know, you don't have to script out word for word what you're gonna say. For me, it gets too muddy that way. I just do bullet points and then I just kind of feed off of that. Another thing is to research and just write out all your potential topics. So just make a list, like the top 10 topics or ideas that you want to talk about, and then research that on YouTube. Literally just go on YouTube and type that out and see what comes up. There may be videos already that have similar or with the exact title, and you can either make the exact title or keep the exact title, or you can kind of tweak it. From my experience, or from what I've read and heard, is if you have a title close or similar to something that's really popular or has gone viral, there's a good chance that people will come across your video as well, because it's just highly searched already. And the title of your episode is really important, because that's how people are gonna find you when they're searching for example, street photography tips. If you do a video with a title called 10 tips for street photography beginners, that it's pretty similar, that it may come up on the search engine. So kind of put a lot of thought into what would you search for on YouTube, and then kind of play off of that. On top of researching and planning, kind of think about the format that you want for your videos. Is it going to be a run and gun style where we're following you, just walking through the streets taking pictures? Is it more like the fishing technique, where you're just kind of planted in a particular area or spot for however long, and we just see you make images that way? Or do you have the luxury of having somebody film you off to the side, and then you kind of give you kind of talk as you go, or you're gonna provide voiceover afterwards? kind of think about the format that you like and the resources that you have, and that will determine what kind of style and format you'll end up having. For me, I like to also research the weather for the week just to see which days are overcast or sunny, and then I kind of determine my schedule for the week. Another thing is, before the pandemic happened, research the events that are going to take place, if there are any, for the weekend or things like that, because that might be something that may interest you to go because there's a large gathering, or it might be someplace you want to avoid because there's just too much people. So just little research, little things like that will help you and go a long way. And the last part of the research and planning phase, I recommend you just go on YouTube and find, if you haven't already, follow or find a few street photographers that you like, and kind of pick and choose, trying to jot down notes what you like about their videos and what you don't like about their videos, and then kind of assess your notes and then add your own unique touch to it, and that's what's going to make your videos unique. Alright, and now on to gear. Film my POV street photo walks. I use the DJI Osmo Pocket. It's a great camera. The picture is really clean. The colors are very nice. It's very small and light, so I can bring it with me anywhere and everywhere. I have a couple ND filters with it too, and it's very, very stabilized. So I get smooth shots, and it looks really great. A lot of people use GoPros too, and they either mount it onto their camera, or they buy a chest strap where they just have the GoPro just mounted right in the middle of their chest to capture that POV look and feel. I used to hold the DJI Osmo in one hand and then a camera in another and do it that way, but it could get a little bit exhausting and draw a little bit unnecessary attention. So I got a clip mount that I clip to my backpack, and then I just insert the DJI Osmo Pocket there, and it's kind of hands off from that point. But I like the DJI Osmo Pocket because, again, with partnering up with my ricohgriii 3 Street Edition camera, I can fit everything inside my fanny pack and have no stress about it. And I also have an extra battery pack for the DJI Osmo Pocket camera. The DJI Osmo Pocket lasts about 3 hours or so, more or less, and then this extra battery pack, which I bought it for more so travel or just shooting for a full day, the extra battery pack lasts, it gives you another additional 3 hours. So this set to me is something that I highly recommend you look into. For taking street photos, lately I've been using the GR3 Street Edition camera, and I like it. It's really small, it's light, it powers up in less than a second. The images are awesome. Prior to that, I was using the Olympus M1 Mark II camera, beautiful camera. It's a little bit bulkier but not heavy at all. It has a nice grip to it as well. The color renditions are awesome. And there are times where I like to use an establishing shot of the location that I'm gonna shoot in. So in some of my previous videos, I have shown a drone shot, just like a bird eyes view. And the drone that I use is the DJI Mavic Pro 2. And to film my intro scenes, food review portion, or improv, I use the Sony a7S II camera, which I'm using right now. They just came out with a newer version, the a7S III, but it shoots nice 4K, 30 frames per second. I can shoot in S-Log and color correct it, and have control of that. Again, this is a lot of gear, and I'm not telling you to buy all this gear in order to make a YouTube video. You can literally just start off with your iPhone or Android or whatever camera you have and just kind of work from there. I already have all this equipment in my house because video is what I do for work. So it's just kind of sitting around here. I have access to it, so I'm not telling you guys to go out and spend a lot of money just to start producing your YouTube videos. Don't do that. Start off small and kind of work your way up. So now on to shooting. I like to schedule out my week so I know what to work on for each day. So for example, I don't cram everything into one day. I kind of spread it out throughout the week. So for example, Monday may be a day I just do my improv scene, and that takes an hour or so. Then Tuesday, if I do include food into my videos, I'll do food and I'll do my intro. And then the rest of the week, I focus on just trying to capture some good images to share with you through my videos. The remaining 5 days, probably 2 of those 5 shooting days, I actually record my POV video. So I bring my DJI Osmo Pocket with me 2 of those 5 shooting days, because I've noticed for me, I get better shots and get into a better flow when I'm just focusing on trying to get street photography images or decent street photography images. Even though the DJI Osmo is kind of hands off, it's just clipped onto my backpack. It just takes me a while for me to get into some kind of rhythm or flow. If I just have my camera and I'm just walking, and it's just, I can zone out a little bit easier. I shoot for 5 days, maybe a couple hours. With the ricohgriii, I only have 2 batteries, so it lasts about 2 hours more or less. So I just stay out until my batteries die out. So I'll shoot for about 2 hours for 5 of those days each day, and then 2 of those 5 days I actually record POV street. So that's what I would recommend. It depends on how you work. I mean, maybe you don't have much time during the week and you literally only have Sunday available for you to do these videos, then you would probably have to cram it all in a Sunday. But if you're able to just do your POV street photography on your lunch break, your hour lunch break, or half an hour lunch break, that'll be great. And then on your Sunday, you can do your intro scenes or whatever you want to add to your videos. But for me, my workflow, it's just easier and less stressful to just spread out during the week. And then once I get to the location that I'm going to shoot in, for me, there's not much. I go back to the same spots here in Honolulu, so I'm very familiar of the foot traffic and the lighting and all that during the specific time of day. For me, I need to get into a flow and rhythm fairly quickly, or else I'm gonna feel like I'm kind of wasting my time out there. So I just try to find a spot where there's a lot of people, just at least a lot of like people just walking. So usually that's like something easy, like a crosswalk intersection. There's for sure gonna be people walking back and forth, and that exercise is just for me to just click my shutter button and just get into a rhythm, get acclimated quick. Especially if you don't shoot often. If you shoot every other week or so, or you go on hiatus from time to time, even more so, you need to get into a rhythm sooner. So that's what I do. And then if you decide on your format, like if you want to do run and gun style, or you want to just do the fishing technique where we just see you in one particular area, or maybe both. For me, before the pandemic, I did a lot of run and gun. I just walked and took pictures as I went, because my patience level is level is not very high. Probably the max, I would say, prior to the pandemic, maybe 10 minutes at the max, that I can just stay in one particular area. But now, with not much people walking on the streets, there's no tourists, I've learned to just pick a spot, find a spot that has good lighting or a good background. If you're lucky to find both, then just stay there and just let things come to you, because that's half the battle, or more than half the battle, if you found good lighting and a good background. Now you just need the subjects to kind of fall in place. So that's what I've been kind of doing more lately, just because there's nobody out on the streets, and I'm kind of enjoying it. Alright, if you guys made it this far, thank you so much. Please subscribe if you haven't, and you know that bell right next to the subscribe button, hit that, and every time I upload new video or content, you guys will get notified. So I appreciate it if you guys made it this far. And now on to the next one. It is offloading and backing up your files. So now you got all your footage, you got all your photos, you need to store them somewhere, right? So for me, this is crucial. From this point on, it's very crucial. You got to stay organized. And the first thing I do is create folders on my hard drive. So I offload everything onto my SSD drive because that's what I'm going to work off of. SSD is much more faster than a regular hard drive or a mechanical hard drive. So you want to get an SSD if you can, because it's just going to speed things up and make your workflow much more efficient. In my SSD drive, the first folder I create is the episode title. Within that folder, I click on that, I create several folders. So the first one will be project file. That's where my project file, my Premiere project file is gonna be saved in. And then the next one will be audio, because I record audio and video onto separate devices. Audio will sit there. Export will be the next folder, export. That's mean any of the exported video footage or the final episode file for this one will sit in. And then photos, I put photos here. Within photos, I click on that. There'll be another subfolder with the export. So all my edited photos that's going to be shown in the video will be in that exported folder within the photos folder. Does that make sense? So photos folder, within the photos folder, I will have all my raw photo files, the raw and JPEG, and then I'll create an export folder within the photos folder, and that will be all the edited photos that will be used for that particular episode. And then video files, I'll create video files, and within video files, instead of just dragging all your video files into this one folder, be organized. It's going to help you be efficient. So create subfolders within the video folder. So for me, I have a lot of different things usually. So I have one for POV street photography, which is all the video files from my DJI Osmo Pocket. I have my opening scene where sometimes I just talk in front of the camera and kind of give you guys insights. And then maybe I shot some drone footage, so I'll create that, a separate folder for that. Another folder for improv, another folder for food review. So within the video files, I have a lot of different folders just to help me stay organized. And then once I offload all that onto my SSD drive, I copy that onto my external hard drive just to back it up, just in case something happens where my SSD, it hasn't ever, knock on wood, but just in case it just shuts down or it somehow gets erased, I have it backed up somewhere. So again, I work off of the SSD drive because it's like, I don't know how much times faster, but it's much faster than working off a regular hard drive. So just copy that over onto your external hard drive for backup and safety. A lot of people use cloud or Dropbox or G Drive. You can do that as well, but the speed to transfer them over to those cloud services sometimes can be a little bit too long for me, so I just simply back it up on a physical hard drive. Oh, and I forgot one more folder to create, and that's music. If you need music for your content, check out the link in my description box. It's for Artlist. It's an awesome music library. They have any type of song that you're looking for, they have it. And they're always, the artists or the musicians are always uploading new songs. So sign up using the link in my description box. You use that link, you'll get 2 extra months free, and so will I. So please, if you need music for your content, the price is amazing for what you get. And there's also a different tier where you can get sound effects and music. So again, check out the link in my description box. So for me, I like to download music beforehand, but also there are many times where when I'm already in the editing process, that I'm downloading sound effects and music. So it really depends. There's no right or wrong for when to download your music. For me, I just go off of feeling. So if I'm editing something and I feel like it needs to have a certain look or feel, then I'll download a particular music at that time. But again, there's no right or wrong answer to when you should download your music. Alright guys, so we're almost at the finish line. So after you backed up everything and you have everything organized, one of the first things I like to do is to edit my photos, because that kind of lays the foundation for me of whether or not I got enough photos, good to decent photos to show you guys through the video. It really lets me know whether or not if I have to go back out and shoot to get a few more or not. It's always better to have more than less. If I have too little, then most likely my POV portion of the video is going to be short. And for me, you can read it online on how long a YouTube video should be, and the answers vary. I think the average length, when you Google it, it says 10 minutes, but it really depends on the content, right? For me, I think the longer the better. I might be wrong, I don't know. But if you make something short, like 3 minutes, you know, YouTube, they favor, in terms of the algorithm, and it always changes the algorithm, they like longer content because that's how they can distribute or show their ads. So for me, the longer the better, as long as it's engaging and entertaining or something, right? If it's 20 minutes of just nothing and your viewers are just losing focus, then it's probably not good. But if you have an engaging 20 minutes each step of the way, then yeah, 20 minutes is going to be better than an engaging 5-minute video. So to me, the length, I wouldn't be too worried about the length. Just make it fun, engaging, have the viewer walk away learning something or feeling a certain way. So that's my kind of advice. So back to editing. Yes, I edit the photos first just to lay the foundation of just give me an idea potentially how long the video is. You know, if I have enough photos, then I can move on to just start editing the POV portion. But really, I kind of work in scenes or chapters. So I edit in Premiere Pro. So I create a sequence for each scene. So I don't just edit everything on one timeline, because that's how it can get lost or it can get a little bit unorganized. I scrub through any portion where it has me talking. So it could be the intro, or it could be the food section, or maybe I'm talking out on the streets. I scrub through that and I remove any dead space. Dead space meaning there's a big gap from when I was talking to the next point, because you don't want to show like 5 seconds of just dead silence, right? So, and I also remove as much as I can without the video feeling too choppy, is I remove parts where I say a lot, or buts, or you know, or so, or and then once I have that ready to go, I'll start working on my POV street photography, photo walk. And then once I have that ready to go, I'll start working on my POV street photography, photo walk, and street photography, photo walk. And by removing the dead space and ums and buts and you knows, it just makes it a lot more easier to listen to, and it makes me look like I know what I'm talking about. And so after I do all that, I create an adjustment layer, I put it over my video file, and I drag a LUT onto the adjustment layer. I'm not really a pro at color correcting, so I just use presets and just drag that on, and they'll create a nice look to it. And then once I have that ready to go, I'll start working on my POV street photography, photo walk. And my kind of advice is to just kind of cut straight to the action. So you don't want to show your walk like for 5 minutes before you show you snapping your photo. I like to just show people, get people interested right from the top. So maybe I'll show like maybe I'll show 10 seconds of the photo walk and then show a photo, and then next one I'll show another 10 seconds of photo walking and then another photo, and then maybe I'll drag it out a little bit. Maybe I'll have the walk go for maybe like 30 seconds, then I'll show my next photo, and kind of just go into this flow. But my big advice on this one is don't let people wait for them to see your photographs. Show them right away, and then after that you can kind of drag it out a little bit. Alright, here's the last part. So I'm done editing. I have everything, all the scenes on a master sequence timeline. I hit export, I hit match settings. Everything's going to be in 4K because that's what my cameras are set to, and I hit export, and then I upload to YouTube where I have the title already laid out in mind, and I put relevant tags, so that's how people are gonna find you. So if their videos if you use a Fuji or a GR or whatever you use to do your street photography, put that. Put anything else like street photography for beginners, photo walk, POV, street photography, things that people would type in a search engine for YouTube. This will help you get discovered. And then for your thumbnail, I always try to pick a catchy photo that I captured for that particular episode, and then I add the episode title of some degree to the thumbnail. I always like to make my text a little bit bigger and vibrant, or something that's kind of contrast to the photo. And then once I'm done with the thumbnail, I upload that with the video, and the description box I will kind of give a brief description on what the episode is about. Alright, so after I worked on my catchy thumbnail image, I'll upload that with my video, and then I'll start tackling my description box. I'll just put a brief description on what the episode or video is about, so people can kind of read that and see what's to come. I put all my affiliate links, my Instagram handle, my website, and my Teespring storefront. Check that out as well if you guys want some cool shirts with some of my favorite street photography images that I've captured over the years. And then of course, last but not least, my art list link. Definitely, if you are gonna get into making street photography videos or POV street photography videos and you need music, use this link. And then one thing I've learned and I just started doing recently was doing timestamps. Timestamps are literally just like chapters or scenes for your videos. This is great because sometimes people don't want to watch your whole video, or they just want to see what your video is about. So by expanding the description box and they see your timestamp, they can kind of know what's to come, or maybe they just want to watch a particular portion of your video. They can just click on that and go straight to that portion of the video. I put my timestamps in the description box, but also in the comments section, just in case nobody does expand the description box. And to me, that's definitely a great tool to use for your YouTube videos. And so after everything's uploaded, the video's uploaded and ready to go, if you shoot in 4K, it's gonna take a while for it to process and be shown in 4K. But for me, once it's uploaded, I just share it right away because I can't wait for it to process in 4K and before I share it. So once it's done uploading, it's gonna be an SD for however long. It really depends on how long your video is. I share on my Facebook, I share on my Instagram, I do a post and a story to notify people that follow me, and then people that subscribe and hit that bell button for YouTube, they get notified. I post the video link on my website, so people that follow me on my website get notified. And then I have a pretty decent size email list that I've gathered the past several years. So I don't always send an email out for every video I do. It just really depends. But I had that option to send that out as well. So that's 5 sources with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, my website, and email list. So it's kind of a very good distribution list. So there you have it, guys. I hope it wasn't too long. How I make my street photography vlogs. I hope it helps you guys. For those that kind of have it in the back of their heads that they want to start making their own POV street photography videos for YouTube. I hope you guys take that leap of faith. I hope this video helped you and encouraged you. Please don't get overwhelmed by everything that I just talked about. And really, again, you don't need all the equipment and gear to even start. So don't worry about how many subscribers or how many people are watching it or this or that. Just worry about making good work, good, honest, and authentic work, something that you're proud of, and then just build from there. And watch other people's street photography vlogs, see what you like about it, see what you don't like about it, ask friends what their thoughts are, and just slowly learn and gain new skills. So again, appreciate you guys watching. If you guys like this video, hit the subscribe button, and you know that bell right next to the subscribe button, hit that, and every time I upload new video or content, you guys will get notified. Until next time, keep shooting.